So I'm a 98 ATAR student. Here's all of my subjects and how I prepared for all of them. So in case you don't know, I did English, Bio, Chem, and all three maths. So Gen Maths, Spec, and Methods. So let's start with the most boring two. I did Bio and Gen Maths in year 11. And these, I didn't really know how to prepare properly, as a lot of year 11s don't, because we didn't get this kind of culture of doing practice exams into our system. And especially me, I was kind of overconfident with Bio because I was doing quite well with all of the SACs. So basically all I did coming up to the Bio exam was review my notes, go through all of Ed Rollo, and kind of work through the Cambridge Checkpoints book a little bit. But that was honestly not a good idea because both Gen Maths and Bio, I barely did any practice exams. I don't think I ever did one full practice exam, and that's why I only got 40 on both, despite the fact that I was projected to get significantly more. Now for Spec and Methods, I learned my lesson from year 11 and I crammed out a bunch of practice exams. Let's say I did around 7 or 8 practice exams each, and what I did was I did an exam, I marked it harshly, then I got the questions that I got wrong, wrote it in a separate notebook, and then the next day I would attempt those questions again. And I was doing practice exams basically throughout the entire year. And that's why I was able to get pretty decent scores for both Methods and Spec. Now, Chem was a bit of a sad story because only about 1 week before the exam did I really start cramming out practice exams, because I was kind of under this impression, since all of my exams were in like the first half of the month, that I had plenty of time to prepare for Chem, but turns out I did not. And I tried to cram out like 3 practice exams before the Chem exam. I got them marked, actually went to the teacher and kind of discussed a lot of the questions I got wrong. Got 36 in Chem. Finally, English. English is actually a super interesting one because all throughout my life, I was kind of like a math and sciencey student, but actually in year 11 and 12, I did quite well in English, and I was averaging around 90 to 95%, and I actually thought that was my best subject. And honestly, the only way to go about English is write practice exams, get feedback, edit that exam, get more feedback, and so on and so forth and so on and so forth. Now, obviously, the biggest thing with English exams is you have to get them marked, right? And it's sometimes really hard to get teachers, especially at this point of the year. So head to trypolarbear.com. We've trained our AI on all of the past exams. So this is a really effective English marking device, and it will give you feedback, a score, and really, really detailed advice, exactly like a teacher would. If anything, I would say it's even better.